Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Faith Friday here. So previously I posted a video showing where I actually made this stool out of plastic and I got so many positive comments, and today I will be showing you how to make this from scratch. Just walk with me and have a great time. So yes, this is me. For a while I've been collecting plastics. I collect plastics from my roommates and from people just around the school community. I told them to, give me the plastic, and then I quit the plastic bank. Yeah, this is the first thing to do. You have to stack like two bottles into one. You divide one and then put the other one inside. So I love using Sprite, Coca-Cola bottles, Fanta bottles because they're actually they're very strong. So after doing that, I then glue them like I glue them all together because I need them to be very strong and very very strong and conducive all together. I did two of that. I'll show you later in the video. Okay, so I think I'm about showing. Yes, this is how it is. And I actually had to put like wood in between. I used four pieces of wood in that to make it, very, very strong. And then I glued them like everything together. That's why you can see that they're like this is very strong. So yes, after making sure that the body of the chair is as strong as you want it to be, because it's like the bone of your work, you now go on to pad the body, because you don't want to be sitting and then you're feeling like the plastic chairs, like the plastic itself. So I advise you use a very good foam. This foam in particular, this is the first time I'm using this foam. I was very very particular about the kind of foam I wanted to use for this, project. So previously I used a lighter foam. Like I've always used a lighter foam, but this particular one is like times two of the one I normally use, and I love this one. It just turned out that this one is, I think, more expensive, but I got it regardless because I needed something better than what I've made before. So now I'm just trying to get the right portion for the chair. So you can see I'm cutting the right portion I need. And mind you, the other part of the foam will be used for the topping of the chair. So you'd realize in the later part of this video that the topping of the chair consists of lots of foam, because you want to sit on a chair and feel comfortable. You don't want to feel like you're sitting on plastic or sitting on the wood. Well, that's by the way, we'll get there. So now I'm trying to make sure that I get the best fitted wrapped chair. So you'd see me doing this over and over again because I try as much as possible to get it perfectly every time, in fact. So you see I'm trying to, because one thing about this form is this particular form I mentioned is times two of what I have previously used, and is a good one. So I'm trying to make sure that this is actually good, like it is well tightened enough so that there's no like nothing is sticking out, like nothing is loosened anywhere or any part. So I'm just trying to get everything right, and then you see me wrapping it again. Yes, I did it over and over until I got it right. Shout out to my roommate Emedion. Thank you so much, Emedion. You literally see him throughout this video because he helped in the most parts, literally everything. So this is Emedion applying the candle gun, or like candle gum, to the end of the foam, trying to make sure that it is well sealed and smooth, and we're not just missing out on anything. So this is him. It was very meticulous on this, and I loved how he actually handled this. So the thing is, my roommates have been very inquisitive about how I, make these stools, because they've seen the pictures, and it just turned out that that particular night the medium was around, so he was really happy to help, and I really appreciated it. So after that, Imidong is now trying to cut out the excesses from the top and then the bottom part. So you could see him using the scissors cutting out the excesses, because you don't want to sit on the chair and then you're feeling like, okay, this one is overlapping this other part. So you just have to make sure that every part of the chair is equally measured, sized properly, and neatly smooth. So yes, this is him trying to do everything he can to make sure that yeah, he knows how to make it. Okay, so after then you see me. I'm going to use this stapler to just tighten all those extras after the cut. So you have to do this because, like I said, you don't want to have any part sticking out. You don't want to have a dirty work. So you see me using the stapler to attach the parts that was actually remaining after the cut to the original body of the chair. So I'm just trying to make sure that everything is like a body hug. So it's actually like this. You just have just like the way you have like the body hug on your body when you wear it. We are trying to make this foam hug the body of the chair because in that way it is going to be as snatched as possible. I always like a good work, so that's why it is going to be as snatched and neat as possible. So I just keep on, doing this and doing this. Mind you, people always ask, oh, can I sit on this? Can I sit on this? My dear brothers and sisters, you can, because I don't actually know how much you weigh, but honestly, you can. You can see what is going on into this. Okay, so now this is the topping. You could see a medium applying the foam to the wood because this is actually the top part of the chair, the topping, and we actually used like we folded this foam a number of times because we needed to make it as comfortable, comfy, and everything you can think of. We just wanted it to feel at home when you're sitting on this chair. A lot of thoughts and love was actually put into this. So I love how Immediate handled this chair, like the top in particular, because I mean it came out very well. Well, very well, even more than I would have if it was me, I guess, because he did like so much was I could see so much effort from him and I really love that. So we actually made a mistake here because one part of the top was overlapping the other, so we had to loosen it and then staple it all over again. Like I said, you always have to get it right. You can't afford to live with your mistakes. So thank you so much, Emilion, once again. And yeah, God bless you. I actually rained prayers on him. Like I made sure I rained prayers on him. And if you want to know, I told him he's going to marry a good woman because why not? Marrying the right person is literally like solving 60% of your life problems. I always try as much to give that prayer point to everybody around me. So yes, this is what we are doing next. We are covering the foam with the fabric we want to use as the top part, which I love using red velvet because I just love the texture of the red velvet. So this is a medium again, trying to make sure that everything is neatly dressed and stapled. So back to what I was saying, I mentioned earlier that I always get the question of, oh, can I sit on this? How much does it weigh? Yes, my brothers and sisters, you can sit on it because it is not just like plastic that is inside. You can see there are plywoods there, other things that actually constitute the whole makeup of the chair. So yes, you can sit on it. Here at this point, we are really we are trying to redo. Well, sorry, we are trying to undo what we've done because it still didn't come out right. This is like how careful we are when doing anything. It just goes to show you that you always have to chase towards, like, you always have to tilt towards not necessarily like ultimate or absolute perfection, but you just have to do the right thing. So here I'm trying to measure the topping to the body to see if it is actually, accurate, like the measurement. And from our observation, there was a little bit of a problem because the edges were actually striking out. So we didn't want that. Immediate suggested we loosen the whole form and everything and then make the edges like we should turn the edges of the plywood to like a curvy slope or something. And I just told him that I didn't want that because majorly because I actually loved how this topping was like. I loved how comfortable it was. So I just told him that we would rather turn the top of this chair as the bottom and then the bottom as the top, because when we tried the other part out, it came out very well. So this is the upper part, which is very, I was just looking at it, which is very good, which is neatly dressed and made, and I just loved how that came out. So the body, which I didn't record it because it was made at midnight, was actually made the same way the foam was used. The bottom part, I used some little thing to just make sure that when it is on the floor, the it's not just, you're not feeling the chair on the floor, and that's how I made it. If you watched to this part, I'm sending you virtual hugs as a form of appreciation. Thank you.